Shardpunk Verminfall is a briskly-paced amalgamation of XCOM-style turn-based tactical combat and a branching path survival-focused roguelike, maybe something like Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus, or mostly like the Hand of Merlin. You control a band of human survivors in an imperial kingdom overrun by ratmen on a desperate quest across the capital and deliver an automaton to the Empress, hopefully turning the tide of war. It's a process that involves tactical battles or tactical fleeing, using a traditional 2 actions per turn structure. Open space is to be feared. Positioning and cover are crucial to maximizing or minimizing chance to hit percentages. Strategic use of limited items or abilities on a cooldown is essential to surviving never-ending reinforcements, while constant scavenging during brief periods of downtime provides the medical supplies, upgrade parts, and rations you need to refresh your team during mid-mission bunker sequences. Now, if you're a fan of any of the games that inspired Shardpunk Verminfall, you'll find few real surprises, but it does have several interesting designs that keep things fresh and the sensation distinctly Moorish. If I had to pick, I'd say Shardpunk Verminfall's most interesting feature is that combat and killing are really essential. The goal is to reach and breach the bunker at the end of each stage, a task that does potentially involve holding that position for a few turns. Well, sometimes you'll need to complete a more complex objective, like simultaneously hitting switches, or escaping an area within a turn limit. It's a design that encourages you to push forward, focusing on flanking and flushing out enemies to waste their action points, before briefly hunkering down to secure the exit. The other highlight is just how much mechanical depth and player choice there is, despite the short stages and simple objectives. Progression across a branching overworld map forces you to weigh up mission parameters, like the chance of looting more salvage in the face of more frequent reinforcements, and the state of your crew. New units the Vermin army gains as you progress can be mitigated by risking optional missions. The semi-randomized stages usually offer a mix of longer sheltered paths or quicker and terrifying open spaces, and the mission-critical automaton can become a powerful ally, but only if you're willing to risk detours to upgrade stations found in most stages. There are, of course, light RPG elements to bolster your chances, the first of which is character levels and scarce resources that let you invest in a limited number of character, party or weapon upgrades, all of which felt immediately impactful. The second are the persistent upgrades, which include new squad tactics organically unlocked as you play, along with points tied to unlocking achievement milestones that you can invest into unlocking new team abilities, weapon modifications, and even recruitable survivors that you can pick at the start of a run or rescue mid-mission. There are also plenty more granular systems to engage with too. Stress levels, in addition to HP damage and healing, must be managed, along with automaton repairs, item crafting, all using mid-mission abilities or between-mission bunker activities, which consume a limited shared action point pool and scavenge supplies. Similarly, fusion cores, presumably the Shardpunk element that powers weapons and devices in the universe, are a rare and valuable item that allows survivors to auto-revive once per stage, instantly breach bunker doors, or deliver a devastating area of effect attack. It's a lot to take in, and I'd suggest you follow Shardpunk Verminfall's advice about reading the codex when new abilities are unlocked. But you're either progressing fast enough, or failing quickly enough, that new abilities and persistent unlocks come thick and fast during the opening hours. Now, there are a few things Shardpunk Verminfall could improve with a patch or two. The stages, despite their rigid grid-like design, look fantastic, the detailed character animations and audio make the combat impactful, and the soundtrack adds a great atmosphere. However, you'll quickly spot repeating map chunks within a few runs. Even without new assets, perhaps just a less rigid adherence to filling out every space on a rectangular canvas might help. There are also a few control and command issues. You can toggle Xbox and PlayStation gamepad prompts if you like playing on the couch, but selecting a grid for movement can feel imprecise. Menuing, cycling through abilities, and targeting AoE attacks feels cumbersome, and the UI feels small and cluttered from afar. There are also just a few weird decisions, like how selecting Overwatch immediately applies it to all party members with remaining action points, instead of the selected character. Wrapping up, I'll admit my love of roguelikes has waned over time, but I enjoyed Shardpunk Verminfall's brisk pacing, constant sense of progression, and the pixel art aesthetic. If you're looking for tactical turn-based combat with abilities that evolve quickly across short stages, it's easy to recommend. Better still, it'll be a great fit for the Steam Deck with just a few tweaks to the gamepad support and UI, and here's hoping a Nintendo Switch or mobile port is on the cards. If you've got this far, please consider giving the video a like and maybe subscribing to our channel as it helps us grow.